Natalie Anderson. I'm the director of Bloom Dance Teacher Conference, which is now Bloom Dance Teacher Workshop. And this is Sarah Walker, who also happens to be my sister. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
So it's always so much fun talking to Sarah. So she lives in LA, which is on the complete opposite end of the world from me right now in Raleigh, North Carolina. So tell me how the whole COVID-19 and being at home has worked in LA. How has it been? How has life been?
Life is good. I think it was a huge transition, obviously, for everyone to, not go out. And when you do go out, you have to wear a mask and everything. And I think it's a lot stricter here than it is in most places. Probably here in New York are the top strict places. We've been working from home. Most everyone I know has been working from home. My job is still, my hours got cut, which wasn't great, but I still get to do a lot for my company, and I do a lot of the virtual wellness. So that's been a huge thing for us, and something that I'm excited about sharing on my resume moving forward is that I've held up a wellness program virtually.
Yeah.
So
incredible. So what has it been like? Because you're amazing at planning all of these classes, and you plan these events for your company and things like this. So how is the transition taking it virtually? How has that been? Like insane?
Yeah. So, this is, my experience with COVID so far. I know a lot of people have lost their jobs and stuff. So I feel really bad for everyone who has had to do that. Like, file for unemployment, try to find other employment options. But I think it's a really nice time that we get to spend with our family. And that's what I've been trying to get everyone to do. So whenever we have like a yoga class, I say, invite your family members, your roommates, because we have all different types of employees. So we have a lot of our employees are parents. So they have their kids at home. So a lot of times, a big thing for the virtual wellness program is I try to make sure that it's at times that people obviously can actually do it. So considering that the majority of my employees that partake in the wellness are parents, I'm not going to throw a wellness class at noon because they've got to make everyone lunch and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like this morning we had a meditation class and someone's little girl joined. I have a picture. It's so cute, but she was like, hey. But virtual wellness is not as, for me, I love group classes. Whenever this whole thing started, I was like, there's no way I'm paying for a class that's not in person, because that's my favorite thing about going or about taking a class is having everyone there, the sense of community, being there with each other, high-fiving people, like all the things that COVID knocked out.
Yeah.
And so I think, though, number one, you just have to think positively, and you have to use what you've got. We can't have an in-person wellness class right now. It's just not going to happen. I would be surprised if our company goes back this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we're working from home until next year at least. Because also, so I work for a tech company, so we have a very open space. The culture is very, you don't have to dress up when you go, no suit and tie kind of thing. Like lots of people wear t-shirts, lots of engineers. So the space is completely open. We have like a ping pong table and a pool table. So people are like touching all the same stuff.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I really went on a tangent there, but basically the wellness has been, I push it super hard. And I just remind people, we use Slack at my company, and I just remind people every day. And also we have an incentive for each week. There's a winner of a gift card if you attend the most classes.
Oh, see, that's nice. Yeah,
Hmm.
an incentive is definitely good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how have people been responding to the virtual classes versus the in-house classes?
Yeah. I don't know. So I did a wellness month back in October,
Yeah.
and every single day of the month, well, Monday through Friday, was a different kind of class. So it wasn't just workout classes or just yoga classes. It was also lunch and learns about getting your finances in order, or like a yoga happy hour, fun stuff, like adding in like kombucha and just like random stuff. So that was interesting attendance, because basically what I found out is people don't actually want to work out for the most part. Like, I personally love working out.
Yeah.
I was filling out a blog post thing for someone yesterday, and I turned to Carlton and was like, hey, what are my favorite pastimes? Because I was like trying to decide. And he was like, I would
Working.
say yoga or just working out in general. And I had already written that down.
Yeah.
So it's just something I really enjoy. But a lot of people, especially if they're at the workplace, they don't want to like be dripping sweat throughout the day.
Right.
So
So adding
yoga is,
one spin on that is a good idea.
well, how do I what now?
Like adding a fun spin to the
Yeah.
regular workout classes. Like I know that you had, yeah, different types of yoga classes and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I hired Jessica, who's our
Yeah.
sister, for anyone who's watching this, and she's a certified yoga teacher. So she does yoga sculpt, which people love because you warm up. Well, you know what yoga sculpt is, but you warm up with a yoga flow, but then you add in these workout techniques and everything.
Yeah.
I would say the worst part about virtual wellness is the audio, and how
Yes.
so basically what I do for my virtual wellness program is the teacher, if they want to use a specific playlist, like Jessica has a playlist, Mel has a playlist, and I just attach it to the class so people can play it in their own space.
Yeah.
And then the teacher teaches in silence, which is kind of psycho, but it works.
Yeah, it works
So
out for audio. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but
besides
it's been good.
being, yeah, besides being like super busy putting these classes together, what has been something that's been keeping you sane since your schedule has kind of changed and life has changed? What's something?
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge part. It's given me like that sense of purpose
Yeah.
kind of thing. Because I do feel like it's really important for people who are sitting at their desk all day, especially like engineers, like hunched over at their desk,
Yeah.
to have something else
Back
to
up a
do
little bit
to,
straighter.
I know, I'm like, but to see each other and to try to create a sense of community. So that's a huge thing that I'm working on. I
And
also,
also, it seems like having something at a set time every day because your
yeah,
classes like set. So yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, when one week I did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it felt all wonky. I was like, what am I going to do today?
Yeah. Uh-huh. So I have to
A
ask you,
lot of walks. Oh, go ahead.
wait, hold on, let's see. Okay, we're good. We were like all kind of squirmy for a second. Okay, no, you keep going. Now we're at the same level. Well, we were
Uh,
talking about the whole audio thing, right?
yeah,
Virtual.
yeah. I mean, audio's always the problem, even not during COVID.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, like, we go on a lot of walks. We have a dog, so going on a lot of walks, and it's just really nice to be able to not be so busy for once, where it's not like, okay, I guess I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to work out, because then I have to go sit at my desk for 8 hours, even though I could probably get it done in 4,
Yeah.
and, different things like that. The nightly walks, and just like cooking more, all the things that people talk about, but we really do that a lot. And I just think it's kind of like a step into like simpler times as far as COVID is concerned. I feel like it kind of gave people more of a reason to to, you can't be like, oh, I can't, I'm busy. Like, especially towards the beginning, like it was,
Right.
you're not busy.
Yeah.
You're watching Netflix. Like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
I'm going to ask you 5 questions, 5, and you're just going to answer on the fly, like the
All
first
right.
thing that comes to your mind. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. Number 1, what is your favorite movie?
The Proposal.
Oh, I haven't seen that in forever. I think that's our
Ryan,
brother's favorite movie too.
Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. I love Sandra Bullock. It's just
Yeah.
a chick flick rom-com.
Yeah.
It's easy watching.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, number 2, your favorite person to follow on Instagram besides me.
That is an interesting question. I would say, like, does it need to be a person or can it be like a business?
It could be a business. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, Create and Cultivate, but I love their page. Like,
Yeah.
I love any, just as a general thing, I love any women owned, like women empowering businesses. I love stuff like that. Like people who post like actual tips on how to start your own business and how to be successful as a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that one too. So,
Mm-hmm.
number 3, what is your favorite breakfast food?
My LA answer is an
Yeah.
acai bowl,
Uh-huh.
but I love like salty breakfast. So like a burrito.
Mhm.
Burrito would probably be the answer.
What's your North Carolina answer?
Probably French toast.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say Bojangles for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think of that as like a like, because I can't eat that here. So, but oh yeah, I love Bowberry biscuit, ham biscuit, fries, large Mountain Dew.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's your North Carolina answer. All right, number 4, what's your favorite trip that you've ever taken?
Ooh. Well, so for anyone who's watching this, I guess, we grew up going on nationwide trips because our parents are insurance agents for Nationwide. I can't think of one specific from that, but those were always like, I feel like that's what taught me how to travel and to just love like being in different places.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I always, like, anywhere I've ever been, my favorite thing is jet skiing. I love jet skiing.
Yeah.
And one that I've done, like, more as an adult that I've paid for is we went to Paris. My fiance and I went to Paris
Oh, nice.
in the fall. Yeah, we went in the fall. So we went in September.
Yeah,
What?
September.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that was really awesome. That's like the first like really big trip that I paid for myself and planned ahead of time and tried to decide how I wanted to spend, my time over there kind of thing. So that was awesome too.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay, and number 5, something besides the normal stuff like keys, wallet, cell phone. What is something that you cannot leave your house without?
Chapstick? No.
That's mine.
I literally have I don't have a bedroom chapstick, but I have a bathroom chapstick, a living room chapstick, and a purse chapstick.
Yeah. Same.
I don't know. Is there anything else I can't live without? I always I even have it right now. I always this is my current water bottle, but I change every so often, but I always have my water bottle with me because I don't know, I just always do.
Yeah.
And I drink out of it.
Do you have a specific type of water bottle?
This one is a Lululemon bottle. I actually won this at an event that I paid only $20, and this is like a $40 water bottle.
Nice.
I love Lululemon water bottles. I love those Tervis cups. They're not really water bottles, but you can put hot or cold stuff in it. and it stays cold like literally all day or hot all day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So going back to one of the questions I asked you, you said we have like 4 million children, 7 million children, I think you said. So there's 4. So I'm the oldest, and then we have a brother, James, and then we have a sister, Jessica, and then it's Sarah. So I'm the oldest, and Sarah is 10 years younger than me. And what was it like being the baby, the little one, being 10 years younger than your oldest sibling? What was it
I
like,
don't know.
youngest?
I've thought about this before too, but I don't know because
You don't
I
know
feel
any
like
different.
what?
You don't know any different. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know any difference. I mean, people always have like youngest child jokes, which definitely apply. Like, I think all parents in general, they're really strict, but not even necessarily just strict. They're like, just like really careful with their first kid. They're like, oh, I hope I don't mess this kid up. And like, oh no, like they can't go close to the street. But then, like, I mean, you've even said this with your kids, like, it just, you kind of get more lax because you have to let go of control. And I definitely think, like, you know, obviously our parents got older and things change and stuff as I was the youngest. But yeah, I mean, probably like a lot of attention was on me because they didn't have any other kids at home. Like everyone was taking care of themselves as I was in high school for
yeah.
the most part. And yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much the only thing because now that I just turned 25,
Yay.
Gemini season. Um, now that I'm older, it doesn't like age isn't
Mhm.
such a factor.
Yeah, I was even reading in my journal yesterday, which is crazy because I've always kept a journal. And it was from like 2006 when I was in college, but you were just like little, and how you
Mhm.
would like come visit me all the time and we would do all this stuff together. So I thought that was
Yeah.
neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you attended this conference in LA, and when was that? Was that in the fall or was it last
No,
year?
it was in February.
Okay, see, it was in February. It could have been like 5 years ago. It could have been like last summer. Do you see what's happening here? We have no concept of time. Okay, so it was in February. And I think both of us, we both love conferences. We love continuing education. We love just like getting as much knowledge as we possibly can in whatever form it is. So, is that why you attended this conference in LA?
Yeah, so yeah, just like you said, I mean, mom is always like, knowledge is power. But
Yeah.
it's so true. And I mean, I do a lot of continuing ed still and a lot of different things like that. But this conference, conferences put you in a position. And one of my favorite things about, and this like sounds like a lie, like I was thinking about saying it and it sounds like a lie, but it's true. I love going to conferences alone. I love
Yeah.
going to, because I've gone to so many things with people and I was like, oh, I can't wait. This is going to be so awesome. I can't wait to see what I get out of it. And then when you go with someone else, you're sitting there the whole time. And if they're like, oh, I didn't like that class, then you like feel like you shouldn't like the class.
Right.
And so I loved going.
I
But
love
one of
that you
my,
went by yourself. That is really great because then you like control your experience. So,
yeah.
yeah. And then what did you take away from this conference? Like just generally?
Yeah, so this was it was just called LA Summit, but it was really about the main reason was for people, female entrepreneurs. So I think the number one thing that I took away from it is connection. Like I got so many people's information, started following them on Instagram, got their business cards, became friends with them, you know, had dinner with them after the conference.
Yeah.
So I think connection is the biggest thing because really at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good you are at anything. If you don't know anyone, no one's going to care. They're not going to care about your brand. They're
Yeah.
not going to care about your company. And so it's really good to have a big slew of a network. I think is the biggest thing. And you never know who you're going to meet. And even the person who you like barely talk to at the conference could become someone that becomes very significant to you later. And so that's the biggest thing. And then also I took so many notes. There were so many light bulb moments where I was like, even some points where I was like, I don't want to do that, or I do want to do this, or, it was just stuff like that where you just sit there and you can take in all this information. It's always good to keep learning and to keep meeting new people.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's
Yeah.
so important. So you have a dance background. You grew up dancing your entire life, and you have a degree in musical theater. So you are a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And just thinking back on, because now my focus is really on dance teachers. So what do you remember? And this can be from, and obviously you don't have to say names, of course, but so two-part question. What did you really enjoy when a dance teacher would do, like how they would do something or what they would do? And what do you think dance teachers should not do? Something that you just did not enjoy growing up dancing.
Yeah, so I would say, because even in college as a musical theater major, we had ballet at 8 a.m. every single morning. So for everyone listening.
Early.
So I would say the number one thing that I love about teachers in general, like even with the fitness world too, because I think that's very similar to dance, is I love hands-on corrections.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when the teacher, is just taking the time to like take my body and like help fix it so that I can feel where it's right.
Yeah.
And because you can look at someone do it right for as long as for a really long time, but you're not going to be able to do it until you are able to like have someone help you in that position. And then like on the flip side of that, I'd say my least favorite thing is when teachers, well, number one, make fun of their students. I don't like it when teachers are like, I've literally had teachers say like, what are you doing? And they physically did what the student did to make fun of them. Like I've had that before. And also just like, I've had a teacher like stop the music in the middle of bar and single out someone, and I just really don't like that. My personality, especially, I don't think anyone's ever actually done that personally to me, but I definitely have seen it. And for me, if a teacher ever did that to me, I would never go back to their class. I think it really does stick with you. Like, even if you don't end up being a dancer and end up doing that, like having someone make fun of you is just never a good situation where you feel like, okay, well then I'm just never going to do it right. So thanks. Like you could have shown me that better. You know what I mean?
Right. There's a right way and a wrong way to correct.
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure. So here is our last question before the thing. This is a big question.
Before the thing.
Before we end.
Oh.
Before I perform a song and dance for everyone. I've brought my tap shoes and everyone please enjoy. What is your favorite dance memory that you have from this point to birth?
To birth.
Because you came out dancing.
I would say my favorite dance experience was my college senior show was Cats the Musical. Oh, that's not even the right thing. I did Hunger Games.
That's awesome.
But no, so Cats, we decided at the beginning of our senior year that we were going to do Cats. The class gets to decide. Yeah. And my class was very much so a dancer class. Most of us grew up dancing. And so we had what's called studio, once a week. And so we actually rehearse the show. So normally, I mean, I guess like in community theater, you would rehearse for 2 months. And in professional theater, you would probably rehearse for maybe a month, but probably 2 weeks. And we rehearsed for an entire year. Well, from like an August to an April. So
That's a big show.
yeah. So, but since we only had like 4 hours a week in studio, that's how long we did it. But I was like so strong because we were always like crawling around.
Yeah.
And, just like that show is so dance heavy. And so to do a show where you're learning so much choreography, you're having to do, I mean, the Jellicle Ball at the end of Act 1, like, I mean, we would go backstage and our intermission would be mainly like trying to like not sweat our makeup off.
Yeah.
So I just think it was a huge challenge. Like it was just such a great experience to learn such a huge musical that's like harmony heavy, dance heavy, all that stuff, character heavy, because
yeah,
I mean, there's no written in character. It just makes no sense. So you gotta.
Do you enjoy, because I totally understand that, like just being in a show and like totally consumed in it and working so hard and it just becoming like part of your history. Whenever you watch Cats, do you enjoy it? That's the question.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Did you enjoy it before you did Cats?
I don't think I saw Cats before I did Cats.
Really?
Wait, maybe I did. I don't know. I definitely did not enjoy that new movie that came out.
Right.
But when I saw the musical after I graduated, I went and saw it in New York.
Yeah.
And I was like mesmerized. Like I loved it so much because yeah, I mean, when you know all the words and you know what they're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah.
And you know, like a lot of the choreography is like iconic choreography that they like to stay on throughout. So like I just knew a lot of the stuff, and I always think that you like a musical more when you're in it. Like you like it more following.
And personally connected.
Yeah,
for sure. And I like it when I personally know someone in Cats, but when I don't know someone in Cats, I'm like, if those cats don't stop crawling around that stage. But yes,
I mean, it's
would not
good.
recommend the new Cats movie. No. Okay. I feel like everyone needs to watch it to just experience it, maybe. I don't know. So we'll see.
Bad.
Well, Sarah, we could literally talk for like 14 hours. Maybe we should do an encore production of this sometime. But
yes,
thank you for joining me all the way from LA.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're so fun and exciting and fun to talk to. So thanks for talking with everyone. And maybe we'll have to get your picture of Cats and show that as well, because that's my favorite picture. I love that picture of you. Aren't you like turned around and like?
Yeah, you can post it.
Yeah, I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I love you.
Love you too.
And I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.